That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's like kind of who you had around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. What's going on? Are you ready, Mark? Are you rolling? Already? All right. Yeah. So, part 2, we in this thing, man. Really, we was just going off of just really chopping it up. Still over just the competitiveness of like what we miss about the game, the politics of the game, and where it's going, but how hard it was to, and how intense it was really just back then, just playing ball. I think that obviously there's some aspects of the game that we miss, but that politics side of things did make ball hard, especially in Martin, because you was obviously there for one reason. You came from Martin for one reason. You came from Martin for one reason. I came from Martin for one reason.
Right.
And it was tough trying to get in where you fit in, but none other than less, obviously those friendships, we created was like obviously those friendships we created was a fun time, but it was a hard time too, like as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I see what you're saying though, bro. Because a lot of people don't look at it and break down the art of football. Man, it's more excruciating than your other sports. You saw that I got my vocab back.
Yeah. I got you.
But for real, no offense to people playing these other sports, doing yada yada, but we are a padded sport. We have weight on us. When we go practice, we also push one of the most heaviest weights in all weight classes of sports. When it comes to like how much weight like you're lifting. We're also in the sun. Not all the sports are in the sun, bro. Like, them folks be in the AC. You ever walk in the basketball gym, bro?
We also in the sun.
In the sun.
Yeah.
Type stuff.
Yeah.
But for real, like, you know what I'm saying? The demands of playing football, and also with 2 days before it got banned, and nobody's coming to.
I never really went through 2 days in Martin.
You know what? Joe? Should we tell the people how we met? Oh, well, not really how we met, but how we became friends.
Yeah, because y'all did leave a cliffhanger there, because I want to know it.
Go ahead.
You talking about rivals. I'm like, y'all rivals. Y'all should be rivals.
So, all right. So, I think, like I said, the overall theme of Joe's and our relationship has always been respect, right? Obviously from a football field. But there was some tension at one point because, one, I'm not the most friendly person, and Joe is naturally quiet, which may make him seem like he's not friendly.
Right.
I thought he didn't like me because of a girl. I ain't gonna cap. Yeah. We had a shared body.
It was a shared body.
And I thought that he did not like me because of the girl. And him and the girl at the time started dating. You know what I mean? It was, and so I avoided him.
Yeah.
I avoided him for, damn near a whole semester. Then I transferred, brought back. Mm-hmm. I got nobody to live with.
Came back, walked in the room. Who this nigga?
And I ended up roommates with this guy.
Yeah.
And, and we probably had maybe only 3 conversations all in football.
Yeah.
And really where the friendship started, one thing that we noticed is that we both are in some ways night owls, and a bowl of cereal
A bowl of cereal at 2:30 at night can go a long way.
Go a long way. So we used to sit down. We used to, sit down at the table. I'm eating my cereal, eating his cereal, and man, we just started talking, and that's essentially how the Godfather talks. And we realized there's a lot of synergies in the way we think, the way we act, the things that we like,
how we move,
and and then really the rest is history.
The rest is history, bro. This whole like and this is why we got it. This is why we doing this podcast stuff in the first place, because I feel like this all started back when we just chopped it up at 2:30 at night and we would just talk. Godfather talks. That's what we would call them. Godfather talks, and we was just like, man, what? Oh, you like this too? Oh, what? Oh, damn, you like that too? Like, damn, you listen to this too? Yeah. And it was just like,
a bowl of cereal and some Kodak Black, boy.
Some Kodak Black. that was it, man. We was just be vibing, man. Kerry, I'm not sure where the boy that Kerry would be at. He would always go to sleep.
We know he was at.
You know, he would always be asleep, bro. So
he was favorite Kodak song.
He would always be asleep. Favorite Kodak song? Favorite Kodak song?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Shit.
I'll let you go first.
From the Cradle. I'll fuck with that. That's my shit right there.
For sure.
From the Cradle.
Dang, that was gonna be mine. But
that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go same album though. I'm gonna go. Well, I think the same album. I'm gonna go Off the Land.
I don't think that was.
It
was the next album.
Okay, it was the next album.
It was the next album.
Off the Land.
That was his best album to me.
Yeah.
Off the Land.
Halloween honorable mention.
Yeah. What album was that?
I don't remember.
Paint Pictures. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best album. Best Kodak album for sure. But no, that's how we bonded, man. That's how we connected, and ever since then, the rest was history. And it was weird. We was talking about it offline. When you left, that's what Mark kind of became for me.
Yeah.
Cause I was more of a quiet body at the time on campus, and Mark kind of, when I found Mark, Mark would be nowhere else but his room. Mark was kind of a mystery. Right. Mark he was a mystery.
He was a mystery.
Because it was just like,
all
he knew about LaFleur was that, like, this is swole niggas. Show. And he was on the Netflix show.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Last Chance U.
Man, y'all remind me more than I remember.
Was, you know what I mean? He was a feature star.
You should have acted on that. You should have acted on that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't, bro. I look back, man. Been on Netflix and stuff like that. Like, oh, that's me.
Yeah.
You could have been on. You should be on the dating shows and everything.
Right. You could have been going crazy off of that job.
He's a model,
Right. He's a model.
Where's my water?
But look, that's a good point though, because if you think about the dynamic and how we sitting here today, that's a clear, almost there is a true contrast between how men have and maintain friendships versus women.
Oh yeah. It's a brotherhood. That brotherhood is stronger than that.
Now let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Would you say that men have stronger relationships with their friends than women?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. The bond it's a tighter rope.
It's a different dynamic. I think it's just less things that we worry about that we don't take to heart as much, and I feel like females, they have a way of not forgiving.
Would you say that's probably the number one reason why maybe some, why you say that men have stronger relationships with their friends than women?
Because I know for personal experience that we've had petty arguments. We've had a fallout. We fall out. Me and LaFleur had a fallout for a year, like over a year and a half. Yep. We got back. First thing I pulled up on this dude, hugged this man, and it was like nothing ever happened. We had shit out, and I think females they don't get to that point of just getting over something and hashing stuff out, and that's what we good at.
That's true.
And the thing is, we don't even know our birthdays half the time, right? We don't even know. We see it, like.
I would never hold that against nobody.
You never hold it against nobody, and I think like the girl, like, oh, you didn't know this day of when I was born.
That's a good point.
It's not that with us. It's not that with us. It's more of a Is it more of a loyalty thing?
I think it's principles.
Yeah.
What would you say would be the number one reason why you feel that women's friendships don't last as long as men's do?
I don't know. I think we just covered this, but they hold a lot against them, man. And
So you agree?
Yeah, 100% of what he was saying. There's just so much held against them.
Yeah.
It's like we're only human. You know, we
People
have
wanna
our
mess
own
up.
lives. We have our own family.
I think we've all been in a position where we've had a girl and they've complained about their other friend, and we just be like in the back of our mind, like, oh yeah, that's crazy. But for real, we be like, this whole thing is stupid. I agree with
the other friend. Like,
this whole thing is stupid.
Yeah.
You cannot agree with the other friend.
You cannot agree with the other friend.
But I'm not gonna say that out loud. But really, I'm like, that her other friend was spitting.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy.
The other friend is nuts.
Yeah, bro. For real.
Y'all gonna make a lot of people mad. But I hear you. That's an interesting topic. But go ahead.
No. One thing I do want to touch on though, like obviously we have our stories, bro.
Man.
Huh?
So what's up?
Just from our talking experience, bro. Why do you think like athletes dating athletes? Why was that a thing? Why was that a thing, bro?
I think that you try to date an athlete because I think when you're looking for a significant other in general, what you try to find a lot of times there's two ways you can go about it, right? Mm-hmm. You either find the yin and the yang, the complete opposite for you, like the opposite track, or you are more attracted to similarities or synergies.
Something you can bond with.
Yeah, something you can bond with, something we both have common, something that we both care about. And I think that, when you think about the real makeup of an athlete, in a lot of ways, that's what you'd be looking in a partner, right? You got commitment to the craft, right? You got dedication. You got hard work.
They kind of know what that's.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But like they can, and then
they kind of
that
understand where you come from.
Hey, underrated skill, time management. You got to understand that I can't always be with you.
Yeah.
And they can understand that because they also got practice. Right. And I'll say one last thing about that.
Probably could tell us that.
One last thing about that. They are comfortable in a lot of different environments. You ever been with, because there's some girls like that can't, as an athlete, you almost got to be a chameleon in any environment, right? Like, whether it's on the field and bright lights, whether it's like, in team settings, non-team settings. And like, I would say all of those qualities, are components of makeup of a great significant other. And that's probably why athletes are more attracted to athletes.
Yeah,
that's true because like you said, the qualities.
Yeah.
When to lock in, like if coach talking something, you can go from goofy to.
You kind of enjoy that interaction of like, if you coming to the dorm room and be like, just kind of like, like confining that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, look, y'all try to play me, bro. Y'all try to play me. I was saying, confining that person and like saying, oh man, coach is this and that. She kind of understand that.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah. But look. But check this out. It's not like that for other schools. But Martin, Tennessee was different because it was such a smaller population. You know how Martin was.
Yeah.
All our parties were with the other athletes.
That's a good point. Well, let's reverse this now.
Because I guarantee you, if you was at a bigger university, it's not as much. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely depends on the environment that you're in.
Well, let's reverse this now. Why would you not advise athletes to date other athletes?
All right. Dependent.
Sports. Why would you not advise it? What is the downside of it?
You had to make up something goofy like, oh, my game's on Saturdays, your game's on Saturdays.
Is that the only reason? That's the only thing you got?
Thing I can think of goofiness. Like, it's just goofy.
Why would I not advise athletes?
Why would you not advise an athlete to date another athlete?
I don't really.
In all scenarios, you would advise it.
100%.
You actually dated an athlete, so I get that.
I've dated a couple.
You did not.
He didn't.
He did not.
So he's actually.
So I'm asking, as somebody that did not, why would you advise somebody not?
He catch that bit.
I remember I had moments where I was getting hit up, bro, in camp or just in practice.
Camp is.
Why you ain't texting
me back? Camp is way different.
Camp different. You can't fit this in this one.
Okay.
You can't fit it in this one.
Hey, right. Camp pistol. Camp weapon is way different.
Yeah.
Then
did you ever?
You was crashing out at camp. Trust, believe that you was crashing out.
This question though: did you ever wish that your girl was an athlete?
Yes, 100%. Cause saying that I'm in practice, bro, and I'm like, why do we have to go over this every day that I have practice
from this time to this time?
From this time to this time. That shouldn't be. I should not have to remind you this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we discussing this over?
They would kind of often repeat. If he didn't play the
because
player,
they're free and they have so much time, they think you are, and you're not there for nothing else.
Okay.
It's mind blowing, man.
Now yours was an athlete.
I've had a couple.
You've also talked to people outside that were not athletes.
Right.
What's your thoughts on dating non-athletes?
Thoughts on dating non-athletes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any? Do you have do you have a reason why you advise somebody not to talk to an athlete? As an athlete, to not talk to another athlete?
Yeah, if they was better than you. If they was better than you.
That's a good freaking point.
If they have all the accolades.
Is she Caitlin? Well, she's like Mel Gibson. But
like
Caitlin
no,
Carter,
for real.
like Angel Reese.
I've had one. Like I've had that. That second one I walked into. That second one I walked into, she had all the accolades.
You're right. You're right. You did.
I mean,
she's
I'm from
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer in my city.
You walked into a Hall of Famer in your city.
In my city.
That's a challenge.
And I was like, here I am. I'm coming on to the new team. I'm transferring.